about history of plant pathology. So basically, the history of plant pathology or maybe any subject, it is very long. So history of plant pathology, basically like history of science, we get a better perspective of the subject. We come to know the contributions made in the field. So the problem that are encountered and the manner in which they are tackled. Five eras. First era is ancient era. It was 5th century. Dark era, 5th to 16th century, and pre-modern era, 17th century. Modern era, 1853 to 1906, and the present era is 1906 to onwards. So first of all, there is ancient era. Basically, the ancient era to 5th century. So, diseases in plant have been known since ancient times. Rust, blight, mildews, smut were familiar to Hebrew, Greeks, Romans, Chinese, and Indians. After that, the plant diseases was recorded in Vedas, that is Rigveda, Ayurveda, as early as in 1200 BC. After that, the symptoms and control of diseases have been mentioned in Vraksha Ayurveda. Vraksha Ayurveda, it is a book which is written by Sarpal in ancient India. So in this book, there is how we can control the symptoms of the disease. Even mention of plant disease has been made in Buddhist literature of 500 BC. After that, a scientist was there that was Theophrast, a great botanist, noted occurrence of crop diseases and suggested some remedies to control them. So he also wrote about plant diseases in this era. After that, Lord Pliny, he described plant diseases and suggested some remedies. He believed that diseases originates from the plants or from the environment. So this all was in the ancient era. After that, the second era was dark era. So it was started from 476 AD to 1600. So the plant pathology made very little progress during this era. Some Arabians like Ibn al-Awan, which described symptoms and control measures for plant diseases, like which type of symptom will be in a particular disease and how we can control. After that, in 1440, printing was introduced in Europe, and this reflected interest in learning science. Then third era was pre-modern era, that was 18th century to 1853. Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke, a scientist in 1665 and the father of cell theory. So the Robert Hooke, which is known as a father of cell theory, he had developed or invented first compound microscope. He reported that plant tissues are made up minute units called as cell. Like each organism which made up of with the cell. So cell, we can say that it is a unit of the body or unit of the tissues by which all the tissues are made up of then tissues to organ to organ system, and then organoids. So first of all, the Robert Hooke, those uh, invented the first compound microscope. So with the help of this, he also discovered about the cell. So he is known as father of cell theory. There was another scientist, that is Anton von Leeuwenhoek. So it was in 1676, a Dutch worker from Holland. So he invented first simple microscope with home ground lenses between two metal plates, animalcules, all unicellular microorganisms like protozoa, algae, and bacteria. So were firstly recorded by him. Then a scientist was there, that was P.A. Micheli in 1729, an Italian botanist, studied several fungi and described their morphology for first time. So he studied that fungi originates from spores, father and founder of mycology, because the P.A. Micheli, who discovered firstly the fungus, that's why it known as founder of mycology. Mycology, a branch of a science in which we have to study of the fungus or about the fungus. So P.A. Micheli, which was an Italian botanist and also known as founder of mycology. After that, John Needham in 1743. So he reported that plant parasitic nematodes in wheat galls. After that, Carolus Linnaeus in 1753, he established Latin binomial system or nomenclature of plants and animals in his book, and the name of the book was Species Plantarum. Then Tillet in 1755 proved that bunt of wheat is contagious or infectious, and it can be controlled by the seed treatment. Then Prevost in 1807, that was a French botanist who suggested copper sulfate seed treatment for bunt of wheat. Bunt of wheat is there was a disease in the wheat. So it is firstly proved by the Tillet, and then there was a seed treatment given, and the seed treatment with CuSO4 copper sulfate by Prevost. So in 1845, a disease was there, that is late blight of potato was appeared in Ireland. So over 1 million people died and 1/2 million migrated, and the history entered the next era, because the late blight of potato, in that time this disease was occur pandemically, and basically due to this disease 1 million people were also died. So from this time, the history of the pathology which entered into a new era, so that is the modern era. So modern era in 1853 to 1906, that was the period of that era. So this known as pathogenic period, which was devoted to study of role of fungi causing this disease. Then Anton de Berry, he proved that late blight of potato was caused by phytophthora infestans, and he is also known as founder or father of plant pathology. Like P.A. Michaeli, which was a father of mycology, and the Anton de Berry, known as father of plant pathology. Then another scientist was there, that is T.J. Brull. In 1873, American plant pathologist, so he proved bacterial name of fire blight of apple and the pear. Then Robert Koch was there. So bacterial nature of anthrax disease in animals. Gelatin is used as a solidifying agent in culture media, which is replaced by the agar-agar. So he described the theory, and that is called Koch. And we can say that Koch postulates. P.A. Millardet in 1882 to 85. So he also used the use of Bordeaux mixture. Bordeaux mixture, that means copper sulfate plus lime. And for control of downy mildew of grapes, so the Bordeaux mixture which given by the P.A. Millardet. After that, Adolf Meyer in 1886 described TMV and proved that TMV should be transmitted from diseased plants to healthy plants. So, another scientist like Jensen in 1887, hot water treatment for loose estimate of wheat. E.F. Smith in 1890, that was father of phytobacteriology. He worked on bacterial wilt of cucurbits and ground gall diseases. After that, Ivanovsky in 1892. So, there was another scientist, Ivanovsky in 1892. He demonstrated that tobacco mosaic virus TMV, which can pass through bacteria, prove filters and prove filterable nature of viruses. Then Karaji in 1827 showed function of Puccinia in rust fungi. Then another scientist, Biffon in 1905, pioneers in genetic or plant diseases resistant. After that, there is the starting of the present era, 1906 to onwards. So the present or current era commencing from 1906 has since remarkable discoveries. Then J.C. Luthra in 1931, solar heat treatment for loose smut of wheat. Then V.M. Stanley in 1935. So he proved crystalline nature of the virus. He got Nobel Prize. E.C. Bowden and Peary in 1936. There was a nucleoproteinaceous nature of virus. Then G.H. Floor in 1955, gene for gene theory hypothesis. Then DOI and Ashuyama, those discovered mycoplasma-like organisms responsible for plant yellow's disease. After that, there was some Indian scientist who's also discovered so in Indian scientist D.B. Mundukar, he worked on the control of cotton wilt diseases. He is responsible for the identification and classification of large number of Indian smut fungi. He started Indian Phytopathological Society in 1948 and he published a journal that is Indian Phytopathology and his book is Fungi and Plant Diseases. Then another scientist was there, that was J.F. Dusto, first Indian plant pathologist who was credited for his detailed study on fungi and plant diseases. He studied the characters of Phytophthora and Phytophthora diseases of potato and castor. Then he established Phytophthora parasitica from castor. Then K.C. Mehta. So life cycle of cereals rust in India. T.S. Sadasivan. He started the study on biochemistry of host-parasite relationship at University of Madras. Studied on mechanism of wilting in cotton by fusarium. So the production of fusaric acid by the fungus outside the host was demonstrated. So there was the history of plant pathology, which is completing in 5 eras. And there was many scientists like Indian scientist or foreign scientist. After that, there are some important plant pathogenic organisms, different groups, fungi, bacteria, fastidious vascular bacteria, phytoplasma, spiroplasma, viruses, viroids, algae, protozoa, and phanerogamic parasite, which examples of these caused by them. So now we are going to talk about the parasites are basically the pathogens which cause the diseases in the plants. Plant diseases are classified on the basis of type of pathogenic or non-pathogenic causes of the disease. So it can be because of non-parasites or abiotic agent. Another thing is parasites. So in parasite like biotic agents or mesobiotic agent. So first category is non-parasites or abiotic agent. They are also called as non-infectious or physiological disorders when no pathogen is found, cultured from or transmitted from a diseased plant, then the disease is said to be caused by a non-living or environmental factor. Like basically there was different types of environmental factor which we including in abiotic agents and also known as non-parasites. So these diseases occur because of disturbances in the plant system by the improper environmental condition in the air or soil or by mechanical influences. So these factors are listed below. First is too low or too high temperature, lack or excess of soil moisture, lack or excess of light, lack of oxygen, air pollution, which is toxic gases in the atmosphere, etc. Mineral deficiencies of toxicities, soil acidity or alkalinity, toxicity of pesticides or improper agricultural practices. So these all are the factors, those including in environmental factor, or we can say that these all are the abiotic agent, or we can say that non-parasites. After that, second category is biotic agents or parasites. So in biotic agents, first is prokaryotes. Prokaryotes in which true bacteria, rickettsia-like bacteria or molecules. So in prokaryotes there was three categories: true bacteria, RLB or molecules. So first is true bacteria or bacteria known as facultative parasite. For example, citrus canker disease which is caused by the true bacteria. Then second is rickettsia-like bacteria. For example, citrus greening, Pierce disease of grapes. Then third is molecules or wall-less prokaryotes. Molecules are also categorized into two categories like phytoplasma or spiroplasma. Phytoplasma, mycoplasma-like organism. For example, Sesame floidy, eggplant little leaf disease, Spiroplasma, corn stunt or citrus stubborn disease. Then another type of agents are eukaryotes. Eukaryotes in which protist plants or animals. So in protist, like the protist which are unicellular, conocytic or multicellular with little or no differentiation of cells and tissues. That's why they all are categorized in protist. Then in protist like fungi, protozoa or algae. So first is fungi which cause wilt of cotton. Another is protozoa which cause the disease heart rot of coconut. Then third one is algae, for example red rust of mango. After that, another type of eukaryotes plants. So parasitic flowering plants or phanerogamic parasite, broom wrap of tobacco, animals, multicellular, extensive differentiation of cells and tissues. For example, like nematodes, in nematode, root knot nematode disease caused by the nematodes, those categorized in animals or eukaryotes. So these all are categorized in biotic agent or the diseases which caused by these agent, they all will be infectious. Then another is mesobiotic agent. So mesobiotic, those are not completely biotic or not completely abiotic. That's why they are categorized mesobiotic. Basically, the viruses or viroids, those include in this category because whenever there is the host is the live, in that case they will be also act as live organism, and whenever there is the no host, then they can act like a non-live or abiotic agent. After that, parasites. Parasites, they include both biotic or mesobiotic agent. The diseases are incited by parasites under a set of suitable environment. Association of definite pathogen is essential with each disease. So biotic agent, they are also called as animate causes. They are living organisms. Biotic agents include prokaryotes. So in prokaryotes, true bacteria, also called as facultative parasite, rickettsia-like bacteria, and molecules. So now there are some diseases or their symptoms which caused by these pathogens. So first is citrus greening disease. Citrus greening, commonly found in Africa and Asia, where it has been described as the most dangerous disease of affects citrus. China, it is called Honglongbing or the yellow dragon disease. So leaves of infected plants also become hardened and curl outward. So the disease also causes chronic decline, stunning, premature defoliation, off-season flowering, root decay, twig dieback, decreased vigor, and death of the tree. So these all are the causes or the symptoms of the citrus greening disease. Fruit produced on these trees which fails to ripen and remains predominantly green with a bitter and salty flavor. Thus, both the tree and its fruit are damaged with resulting losses for the citrus growers. Here you can see like the color of the leaves which is turned from green to yellow in color. The fruit color is also changed, like half fruit color is uh, orange in color and half will be green in color and half is yellow in color. So these are the symptoms of the citrus greening disease, and this kind the plant which will be slowly die. In fruits, like the leaves with blotchy mottle, color inversion, like here the color of the fruit is changed, the color of the leaves is also changed, and the fruit, the size of the seed is also changed. Like in one the seed size which is small, and in another the seed size is large. And that is the vector of the citrus greening disease, which will be spread or transmit the disease from one place to another place. So basically, caused by either of two fastidious phloem inhibiting bacterial species. So these bacteria citrus greening has a wide host range among the different species of citrus. It is most damaging to sweet orange like Citrus sinensis and Mandarin orange, but it is also damages sour orange, lemon and grapefruit, etc. So up to here we just completed like history of plant pathology, and there are some important plant pathogens those cause the disease in the plant. In next class we will also discuss about different types of diseases. Thank you. Here PS disease, that is caused by the Xylella fastidiosa, Xylella fastidiosa, fastidious gram-negative xylem-limited bacteria associated with disease like PS disease, honey peach disease, plump leaf scale, citrus variegated chlorosis, scrotch of almond and coriander leaf scrotch. So cause disease in over 100 plant species of both monocots and dicots, resides in the plant xylem tissue or water conducting vessels and is spread exclusively by xylem feeding insects known as sharpshooter leaf hoppers. Typical plant disease symptoms: marginal leaf necrosis, leaf blade drop, leaf scrotch, shriveled barriers, and dieback and death. So these are the symptoms of the disease. And the another one is the glassy winged sharpshooter leaf hopper vector of Xylella fastidiosa. Another disease is the Sesamum phalloides. The host is the Sesamum indicum. The disease is Sesamum phalloides and the pathogen is Phytoplasma. So here The affected plants are stunned and the floral parts modified to leafy structure, bearing no fruits and seeds. The other disease symptoms are floral virescence, proliferation, seed capsule, cracking, formation of dark exudate on foliage and floral part, and yellowing Sesamum phalloides is transmitted by a leaf hopper, that is Orosius albicans. So there are the symptoms of the disease. So symptoms of Sesamum phalloides disease like healthy flowers, infected flowers. The next two A are the healthy capsule and another one is the infected capsule. Then the third is the healthy Sesamum plant and the next one is the infected Sesamum plant. So the phalloides affected Sesamum plants in the field. Here the sunflower plants showing phytoplasma symptoms. The first diagram, which is showing a capitulum with phalloides virescens and flowers which transform into small heads. So, a capitulum with different degrees of deformations, and the C is the internode shortening and abnormal branches. The next one disease is the citrus stubborn disease. So the CSD is caused by the infection of Spiroplasma citri, a phloem inhibiting cell wall-less bacterium in the class molecules. So it transmitted by several species of leaf hoppers that feed on citrus, and is the Circulifer tinnitus. The leaf hopper, beet leaf hopper, was reported as the major vector of the pathogen. So there is an interesting read that novel diagnosis for citrus stubborn disease by detection of a Spiroplasma citri, which is secreted protein. These are the symptoms of the disease, like in diagram 1, reduced size of fruit, seeds and leaf from an infected tree, and then in another one it compared with a healthy tree. Here, V-shaped fruit harvested from citrus trees with severe symptom of citrus stubborn disease. So the fruit presenting a comb and the lopsided fruit in right. After that, eukaryotes protists are unicellular. Protists are unicellular, coinocytic or multicellular with little or no differentiation of cells and tissues. Fungi, which cause the wilt of cotton. Protozoa, example hard rot of coconut, and the algae, which cause the red rust of mango. Plants, parasitic flowering plants or phylogamic parasite, that is broom wrap of tobacco. Animals are multicellular, extensive differentiation and tissues. For example, nematodes and the disease root knot nematode, which caused by the nematode. Next one is the wilt of cotton. The pathogen is verticillium wilt. Wilt of cotton is stunning premature defoliation and reduce the square retention of plant infected with verticillium wilt, and the another one and reduce the square retention of plant infected with verticillium wilt in right side, and it is compared to a healthy plant. So here in left side, basically the healthy plant is there, and in the right side the diseased plant. That is the verticillium dahlia on the agar plate. So the growth which will be looks like that. That is the wilt of cotton. Fusarium wilt symptoms on leaves of plant. That is the beginning of zonal chlorosis. Leaves with recently lost the turgor. That is Fusarium oxysporum. Heart rot of coconut caused by Phytophthora katsuri. That is the Phytophthora. Phytophthora infestans was the infective agent of the potato blight that caused the Great Irish Famine from 1845 to 1856. 1845 to 1849. Next is the red rust of mango. The kingdom is Archaeoplastina. The division is Chlorophyta. The class is Ulvophyceae. The order is Trentefoliales. The family is Trentofoliaceae. The genus is Cephalaceus, and another disease is the broom rape of tobacco. So one is the healthy plant and the another one is the infected plant. Then the root knot nematode. Root knot nematode are plant parasitic nematode from the genus Nelidogyne. They exist in soil in areas with hot climate or short winters. About 2,000 plants worldwide are susceptible to infection by root knot nematodes, and they cause approximately 40% of global crop loss. So they exist in soil in areas with hot climates or short winters. About 2,000 plants worldwide are susceptible to infection by root knot nematode. So there is about 2,000 plants worldwide are susceptible to infection by And the root knot nematode larvae, which infect the plant roots, causing the development of root knot galls that drain the plant's photosynthate and nutrients. So, infection of young plants may be lethal, while the infection of mature plant cause decreased yield. Thank you. And these are the symptoms of the disease root knot nematode. Thank you.